Have you ever wondered what our world will look like in the future if we continue to ignore environmental issues?
That's an interesting question. Every day we hear about climate change, pollution, deforestation, and global warming. Yet, many people still think these problems do not affect them.
Exactly. The truth is that environmental issues affect all of us, regardless of our age or where we live.
And that's why environmental awareness should start at a young age, especially in school.
Welcome everyone to our podcast. My name is Muhammad Abi Hasif bin Azlan and this is our guest. Can you introduce yourself?
So, hi everyone, my name is Nur Alia Maisara.
So, today we will be discussing an important topic, that how school can promote environmental awareness among students.
So, in this podcast, we will explore several effective strategies that school can implement to help students become more environmentally responsible.
So, without further ado, let's get started. Moving on to our first strategy, schools can organize environmental campaign and awareness programs. I think this is one of the most exciting ways to promote environmental awareness among students.
Exactly, and I really agree about that. Sometimes students may not realize how serious environmental issues are. That's why awareness programs are important because they help students to understand these issues in a fun and exciting way.
Exactly. So, what do environmental campaigns usually involve?
In my opinion, environmental campaign can include many activities such as poster exhibition, quizzes, environmental talk, workshop, awareness books, and other. So these activities can be organized by the school administration, environmental clubs, teacher, and maybe student themselves.
That sounds interesting. Where are these programs usually conducted?
I think that this program can be held in school hall, classroom, canteen, assembly areas, or any common space where students gather. Because the goal is to make environmental message as visible and accessible in everyone in the school.
And when the schools normally organize these programs?
I think this program can often organize during special occasions such as Earth Day, World Environment Day, or Green Week celebration. However, school can also conduct a smaller awareness activity throughout the year.
I think that's a great idea because students tend to remember things better when they participate actively rather than just listening in the class.
That's true, Abi. For example, a student may forget information from a textbook, but they are more likely to remember a recycling challenge or poster competition that they join.
Besides that, these campaigns also encourage students to think about their own actions. They begin to ask themselves questions like, am I wasting electricity? Or am I using too much plastic?
Exactly, Arvin. Environmental campaign create awareness and encourage students to become part of the solution. So they learn that even small action can make a big difference in protecting the environment.
So, in short, environmental campaigns are effective because they make learning fun, interactive, and memorable while encouraging students to become more environmentally responsible.
Well said, they help transform knowledge into awareness and awareness into action.
Now, let's move on to another effective strategy, which is establishing school gardening and tree planting projects. Personally, I really like this idea because students get the opportunity to learn outside the classroom and interact directly with nature.
That's very true, Abid. Instead of only reading about plants in textbook, a student also can actually plant and care for them.
Exactly. These projects can involve students, teachers, school administration, and even members of the local community. Together, they can create and maintain school garden or green space.
Abid, in your opinion, where can this activity be carried out?
Usually, within the school compound, such as school garden, open field, or areas surrounding the school. Even a small spaces can be transformed into a green area.
And what exactly do students do during this project?
Students participate in planting trees, flowers, herbs, or vegetables. They also help water the plants, remove weeds, monitor growth, and maintain the garden regularly.
So, students are not just learning about the environment, they are actually contributing to it.
That's right. Through these hands-on activities, students learn important values such as responsibility, patience, teamwork, and appreciation of nature.
Abid, I think this is the one of the most rewarding experience in seeing a plant grow from a small seed into a healthy plant.
Definitely. When students see the result of their effort, they develop a stronger emotional connection with nature. They begin to understand why trees and plants are so important to our environment.
Furthermore, I think gardening project can also make the school environment greener, cleaner, and more attractive.
Exactly. It is a win-win situation. Students can gain valuable learning experience while the school benefit from a healthier environment.
Therefore, gardening and tree planting projects are excellent way to take environmental awareness to practical action.
And when students actively care for nature, they are more likely to protect it in the future.
So let's move on, or let's discuss another point. I think the other point is integrating environmental education into the school curriculum. This is actually one of the most effective long-term strategy because students are exposed to environmental topic regularly than only during special event.
That's a very good point. Can you explain how schools can do this?
Of course, teachers can incorporate environmental topics into different subjects. For example, science. Science lesson can discuss climate change and pollution, while geography can focus on natural resources, while English lesson can include essay about environmental conservation.
That's interesting because students get to learn about environmental issues from different perspectives.
Exactly. This is also help them to develop a deeper understanding of environmental challenges and possible solutions to it.
When can this approach be implemented?
I think this can be implemented throughout the academic year during regular classroom lesson. Since students attend class every day, environmental education becomes a consistent part of their learning experience.
Yes, I think consistency is very important. If students only hear about environmental issues once or twice a year, they might forget about them.
I completely agree with you. Continuous exposure helps students develop environmental awareness gradually. Over time, environmental responsibility become of their part daily mindset.
Besides gaining knowledge, students also learn how environmental issues affect their everyday life.
Exactly. They begin to understand their actions such as conserving water, reducing waste, and saving electricity can contribute the environmental sustainability.
So, environmental education should not be treated as a separate topic, but should be integrated into everyday learning.
That's right. The more students learn about environmental issues, the more they prepare. They will be protected the environment in the future.
Now, let's move on to another interesting strategy, which is encouraging student-led environmental clubs. I think this is a great approach because students often learn best from their friends or peers.
That's true. Sometimes students are more motivated to participate when they see their classmates be taking the lead.
Exactly. Environmental clubs are usually managed by students with guidance from teachers. The members can plan and organize various environmental activities throughout the years.
Abid, can you give some example of this activity?
Of course, environmental clubs can organize recycling drives, tree planting projects, environmental campaigns, clean-up activities, workshop, and even community outreach programs.
That sounds like a lot of responsibility for students.
Yes, but that's actually one of the biggest advantages. Students are not only learning about environmental protection, but they are also developing leadership and organizational skills.
That's a good idea, and I really agree with you. Because I think when students are involved in planning, managing activities, they become more confident and responsible.
Absolutely. They learn how to communicate with others, work as a team, solve problems, and make decisions. These are valuable life skills that will benefit them in the future.
Another thing I like about environmental clubs is they create a sense of ownership among students.
That's right. When students are given the opportunities to lead environmental projects, they feel that they are making a real contribution. They become more committed to protecting the environment.
And Abid, I also think their influence can spread to other students as well.
Definitely. Students who are actively involved in environmental clubs often become role models for their peers. Their action can inspire others to adopt environmentally friendly habits.
So, for example, if club members consistently practice recycling or bring reusable water bottles, other students may be encouraged to do the same.
Exactly. Positive behavior can be contagious. When students see their friends taking environmental responsibility seriously, they are more likely to follow.
So, environmental clubs do more than just organize activity. They help create a culture of environmental awareness within the school.
Well said. They empower students to become environmental ambassadors who can inspire positive change both inside and outside the school.
So Abid, let's move on to the next. Let's talk about organizing a recycling program in school. I think this is also the one of simplest yet most effective ways to promote environmental awareness among students.
I agree. Recycling is something that students can practice every day.
I really agree with you. School can place recycling bins in strategic locations such as classroom, hallways, canteen, libraries, and also school office.
That would make it easier for students to separate their waste correctly.
I also think this is a good idea because students can learn how to sort recyclable materials such as plastic paper and cardboard. This helps them understand the importance of proper waste management.
When should these programs be carried out?
I think school can organize recycling activities weekly or monthly to ensure continuous participation. The key is consistency.
I think schools can also make recycling more exciting.
Definitely. One popular idea is organizing recycling competition between classes. For example, the class that collect most recyclable material can receive a certificate or special rewards.
That sounds fun. A little competition can motivate students to participate more actively.
I really agree with you. Because students become more excited and work together to achieve a common goal while helping the environment at the same time.
Besides reducing waste, what other benefits can students gain from recycling programs?
I think students develop responsibility and discipline. They become more aware of their daily habits and learn that every item they throw away has an impact on the environment.
That's an important lesson because many environmental problems today are caused by excessive waste.
That's absolutely right. Landfills are becoming overcrowded and many recyclable materials are waste simply because the people do not dispose of them properly.
So, by participating in recycling programs, students can become part of the solution rather than contributing to the problem.
Exactly. Recycling programs help students transform environmental knowledge into practical action and encourage them to become a habit for their life.
Now, let's discuss our final strategy, which is using technology and social media for environmental education. I think this strategy is special, relevant today because most students spend a significant amount of time online.
That's very true, Abi. Whether it's watching videos, scrolling through social media, or using educational apps, technology is already a big part of student daily life.
Exactly. Instead of seeing technology as a distraction, schools can use it as a powerful tool to promote environment awareness.
Abi, in your opinion, how can teachers and students use technology for environmental education?
There are many ways. For example, students can create environmental awareness videos, podcasts, digital posters, online presentation, or social media campaigns that encourage sustainable.
That sounds both very educational and practical.
Absolutely. Students can use their creativity to share important environmental message with a wider audience.
I think social media also can be particularly effective because information can spread very quickly.
You are right. A single post, video or infographic can reach hundreds or even thousands of people within a short period of time.
Abid, do you know, besides creating content, students can also use technology to learn more about environmental issues.
Exactly. They can watch educational videos, read online articles, join webinars, and access up-to-date information about global environmental challenges.
This allows students to stay informed about current issues such as climate change, deforestation, plastic pollution, and even biodiversity loss.
That's correct. Technology helps students connect classroom learning with real-world environmental issues happening around the globe.
Abid, I also think technology makes learning become more interactive and engaging.
Definitely. Many students enjoy learning through videos, animations, quizzes, and interactive applications. This tool can make environmental education more enjoyable and easier to understand.
However, I think students should also use technology responsibly.
I completely agree. They should ensure that the information they share is accurate and use social media positively to promote environmental awareness.
So technology and social media are not only tools for communication, but it's also powerful a platform or environmental education.
That's true. By using technology wisely, students can become responsible digital citizens who inspire others to care for the others to protect the environment.
I really agree with you.
As we come to the end of our discussion, it is clear that schools play a very important in environmental awareness among students.
That's really right. Through environmental campaign, gardening project, environmental education in the curriculum, and many other programs, it can help students develop a deeper understanding of environmental issues.
More importantly, these strategies encourage students to take action instead of simply learning about environmental problems.
That's really exactly. I also think environmental awareness is not only about gaining knowledge. It is about developing positive attitude, responsible behavior, and committed to protecting our planet.
Every small action matters, whether it is planting a tree, recycling waste, conserving energy, or spreading awareness online. Everyone can contribute to be a healthier environment.
If school keep continuing to educate environmentally responsible students, we can get a more generation that is more conscious, caring, and very care about environment.
Okay, thank you everyone for listening to our podcast. We hope this discussions has given you a better understanding of how schools can promote environmental awareness among students.
So remember everyone, protecting the environment start with you. So a small activity or small decision that you make can be more big or more task for the next generation.
Okay, thank you and see you guys again. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.